Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie, and Fox just announced that the Deadpool movie is back on. That's right, they greenlit the movie again for release here at this date. They have an actor and they have a director. Who are these fine people, you ask? You guessed it, Ryan Reynolds is still attached, as is director Tim Miller. They were two of the original people attached to the film back when Fox first put it into development during 2011. So here are the top 8 things about this movie to get really excited about. Number 8, the leaked test footage is a better trailer than a real trailer ever would have been, and it came at the right time. Deadpool is being released in the winter, but it's a comic book movie. Awareness and engagement for those types of movies peaks during the summer, particularly around Comic-Con. We can thank Hall H exclusives and big studio reveals for that. It just trains people to attach themselves to their computers and their cell phone screens, waiting for updates. Lo and behold, some unofficial but very authentic seeming Deadpool test footage starts getting passed around. Fox takes it down, guaranteeing its authenticity and heightening demand. Over the course of Comic-Con weekend, the footage gets taken down, then re-uploaded several times. Eventually, the original writer for the script for the screenplay, Rhett Reese, starts a Twitter campaign. Retweet if you would buy a ticket to a Deadpool movie. So, comic book creators like Bendis, Fraction, and Rob Liefeld, as well as some other big celebrities, throw in their support via Twitter and Facebook. Then during the end of August, everything goes completely quiet. In reality, Fox probably saw what was happening pretty early, and executives decided to move forward. It just took this long for them to announce it, just because they were trying to get everyone under contract again. If you ever wondered why Marvel doesn't announce all the big movie stuff more often, it's because actors, writers, directors have not signed their contracts. Movie studios will typically only make big announcements when everyone is legally bound to complete the film at a certain time. Moving on to number 7. Even though the test footage was largely digital effects, the movie will mostly be live action. That is, whenever Ryan Reynolds does not have to backflip off of an overpass. There are a lot of ways digital effects can help a Deadpool story, mostly making severed heads, but the current movie culture is returning to the familiarity of practical effects. That just means building things in real life instead of in the computer. You may have noticed that J.J. Abrams totally trolled Zack Snyder with his Millennium Falcon reveal. Underneath, you can see the old Christopher Nolan Tumbler, the old Batmobile, attached in a very Empire Strikes Back way, like whenever the Millennium Falcon attached to the Star Destroyer to hide. Abrams, rather than build everything on a green screen for Episode 7, chose to build most of the large sets, aliens, and vehicles. A very wise choice, in my opinion. Marvel is one exception. They're actually using more digital effects as they go on, but that's just so they can get the movies out faster. It's not necessarily a good thing, but typically the use of CG versus practical effects just comes down to budget and how much time you have. Right now, we know the movie is scheduled for release February 2016, which gives them till about next summer to shoot the film. For quick turnover movies like Avengers and Deadpool, like big comic book movies, they can get it out in theaters within 8 months of shooting the actors. But again, that window is also very dependent on budget. Bigger budgets mean you can hire more post-production people to get your movie out faster. Given Ryan Reynolds' involvement and it being an X-Men spin-off type movie, I would bet their budget be between $60 and $80 million, especially for like a hard R film. In order to make the budget bigger than that, they'd have to lower the rating so that more people would go see it, like more families. And obviously we want this to be hard R. But moving on to number 6. The director, Tim Miller, is not just the original director attached to the project, he's the guy at Blur Studios who leaked the test footage before Comic-Con this year. Or at least someone who worked for him. Arguably the first in a series of long events that led to Fox pulling the movie out of mothballs. Blur Studios were the people that Fox hired back in 2011 to develop the project. They're primarily known as a visual effects studio. But Miller himself has been very lucky in all this. Had the public response not been so great, Fox could have totally sued him into oblivion for leaking that footage. Fox is owned by Rupert Murdoch, who is every bit as litigious as Mr. Burns on The Simpsons. Clearly, if he was willing to risk being thrown in a deep, dark hole, he must be really passionate about the movie, which is key and makes me really optimistic that he's going to do a good job. There's a lot more than that that's involved in making a good movie, way more than just the director, but he's like the one guy everyone working on the movie goes to for answers. That's why a lot of movie directors on big films get labeled as glorified traffic cops. It's kind of a pejorative term, so if you do know any directors in real life and you call them that, they'll probably punch you in the face. But moving on to number 5, Ryan Reynolds is still totally attached to Star. He is not currently under contract though, but he still remains committed to the project. Shooting dates and getting him under contract just requires working out the schedule a little bit. Right now, he has 2 movies that he's committed to in addition to Deadpool. All 3 of them are scheduled for release in 2016, which means next year, he is going to be very busy. Of those 2 movies, one is The Croods 2, like the Croods sequel, which will only require voiceover work, and that isn't half as demanding as trying to shoot a live-action movie for 6 months. Therefore, it is totally possible for them to shoot the Deadpool movie with him. If they did run into any scheduling problems, what they might do is just shoot any footage with him where he has to walk around without the mask on. And then for the remainder of the film, they just use a body double and have him provide the dialogue whenever his schedule permits. It is a whole lot easier to make a movie if you don't need the actor to be on set all the time. And we have to remember that because Wade Wilson pretty much wears the mask full time, if they really wanted, I feel like the fandom would not care if he never took the mask off, or at least completely. I think a lot of Fox's interest in the project is tied to Ryan Reynolds' involvement, so as long as he stays attached, the chances of this movie actually getting made rise exponentially. Number 4, they already have a finished script from the original writer, Rhett Reese. No word on whether this script is the one that they'll shoot with, or if they'll try to rewrite it. They don't have a lot of time, but the mere fact that they have a finished script is a huge bonus, and add to that, the test footage that everyone saw, the one that everyone really loved, was based on parts of that. So if you like the way the test footage played, you will probably enjoy the rest of the movie. People that have read the script, not including me, I have not read the script, based on what they say, the rest of it just includes a ton of equally crazy action sequences, and yes, it was written to be a very hard R movie, mostly for violence and gore, but also has a lot of foul-mouthed wisecracking. You guys are going to like this next one. Number 3, it features several other mutants from the X-Men universe. Just to name a few, there's Wire, Ajax, Sluggo, Garrison Kane, and Daniel Cudmore's Colossus. There are a couple of Deadpool-specific characters too, like Vanessa Carlyle. Supposedly there's a lot more too, but I haven't seen the script, so this is all just based on names that have been released. Fox, of course, owns the X-Men, so using mutants in the movie is easy, and there are many of them. I like the implication, though, that Deadpool will get to mow down some superheroes and supervillains. The character's a mercenary at his core, so as long as a hit shows up on someone, it doesn't matter if they're good or bad. No word on who the presumed big bad, like the big villain of the movie, would be, but there's Sabretooth, Taskmaster, Venom, Bullseye, so many more. Deadpool has had a beef with almost every character in the Marvel Universe at some point. Most of those characters are owned by other studios, so what Fox might do is just bend canon a little and use some other notable big bad from inside the X-Men franchise. Or they could totally do some crazy mindfuck and Deadpool would end up being the big villain himself. Like he'd order a hit on himself. I don't think that Fox would do something that crazy. That would make it feel more like a Doctor Who episode. Number 2, the official synopsis for the character is ridiculous. Huge man, armed to the teeth, with twin katanas and set matching Desert Eagle pistols. His sarcastic wit and ever-running mouth are nearly as deadly as his fighting prowess. Has a tendency to break the fourth wall and talk to the audience. Boyishly handsome in his youth, but is presently extremely disfigured with scars over face and body. And let's just be honest, Wolverine is the most popular character that Fox owns, but Deadpool, just from reading that, is hands down the most fun. You guys are totally gonna love this last one. My number 1 awesome thing about the Deadpool movie. Deadpool knows that he is a character in another movie, in the Wolverine Origins movie, so he can make fun of said movie. We can all admit Wolverine Origins was just a little bit silly, with all the screaming at the sky and the one-liners, but imagine Deadpool spending half of his new movie making fun of it, and making fun of himself in that movie. His ability to break the fourth wall can at times be both amazing and incredibly confusing, which I feel like is part of the fun of the character. But think about this. Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool, making fun of Ryan Reynolds in Wolverine Origins as Deadpool. So, big question for you guys. Do you think that Deadpool should be allowed to make fun of the Wolverine Origins movie inside the Deadpool movie? And who do you want the big villain to be? In related news, I'm working on a Constantine video and Game of Thrones for later today. Be sure to subscribe to join the team. I'll be doing episode videos for all the comic book shows this year, and it's all going to be a lot of fun. It'll be amazing. I have seen the first episode of all the new comic book shows that are coming. Yes, some are better than others, but they are all a lot of fun. So right now you can click here for that Constantine video. I'll have the annotation as soon as I post it. And you can click here for my preview for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2. That's coming next week. So everybody, we'll reconvene later for Constantine. High fives. See you soon. Bye.